All right, it's a big weekend in the world of pro wrestling. Today we're talking Double or Nothing, Clash in Italy, and who is the real Grande Americana? This is the Faction Reload.
Stop. Nah, wait a minute.
What's going on, all of the good people? It's Saturday. It's time for the Faction Reloaded. Of course, I am your man, Gerard Bonner. I hope you are well. I hope life is good, and I hope you're excited about another fantastic week in the world of pro wrestling. Of course, I am not by myself. The gang is all here. We're back together. It just feels right. Wrestling with Honey's in the building. Honey, how are you?
Doing fabulous. Just buzzing with excitement from this past week and upcoming weeks because we're getting ready to party for the summer. So let's do it.
It's going to be a great party. The councilman is in the building. Will Ferrell, what's going on, brother?
Have no fear. Your councilman is here. Have been in litigation all this week because we will not stop till Brock Lesnar is put behind bars. How dare you? You gonna get away with it? How dare, sir?
Yeah, we'll get into Brock. That's happening today. James White is here. What's going on, good brother?
I am more tired than Vince McMahon's quads, but I am here. So glad to be with all of you.
Last and certainly not least, the wrestling auntie, Lovely Lamo's in the building. Lovely, how are you?
I am good. I am here. I am blessed, and I am ready to talk about some wrestling.
Oh, and there is plenty to talk about. Shout out to all of you who are joining us in the chat or who will watch this later on the Bonnerfide Media YouTube channel or, of course, on our Facebook channel. There's lots to get into. So let's not waste any time. It's going to be a very, very busy weekend. But before we do that, we were preempted, dare I say, last week because Lovely and I were hanging out in Charlotte for Ashe 15 took place Charlotte, North Carolina, Bloom Studios, a big night. Lovely, I'm going to leave it to you to kick it off to talk about Ashe 15.
Ashe 15, where we had the most fun I've had probably in months. Of course, every time we get together, it's a big family reunion. We had a jam-packed show. This is one of those shows that if you missed it, please go back and watch it on Patreon/Ashe Wrestling. You do not want to miss all the action that had. We are preparing for not only the next show, but we are looking at storylines building to a place where we didn't even think that it was going to get to. We started off with Caprice Coleman giving us his unfortunate announcement that he is no longer the commissioner here with Ashe Wrestling, but that's not the end of Caprice's story. So if you want to know what happens with Caprice, I suggest you tune in to Patreon. Check it out. You're not going to want to miss that. We had, I don't even know where to start with this show. We had two debuts of two amazing women. Auntie Jo and Xena Zion had a fantastic match. Those women are incredible. Of course, we had our tag team champion match, TME versus Sugarcane, like we like to call them, Suge D and Alex Kane, a fantastic match. I'm not going to ruin anything for you guys because I want you to watch the Patreon. We also had our Ashe Men's Wrestling Championship match that turned out to be a kerfuffle. That's the word that I like to.
It's a very accurate word.
Love that word.
Kerfuffle,
yes,
if you will. The biggest kerfuffle of them all. Did Billy Dixon listen to his best friend Darius Lockhart? Did Darius Lockhart walk away with the title? Is Darius Carter still reigning his rule of terror around us? Tune in to Ashe on Patreon to find out. But I promise you, you're not going to want to miss it.
The story of two Dariuses, huh?
The Dariuses.
Mm-hmm. That story, you talk about long-term storytelling. It has been the story since the debut of Ashe back in December 2023, which it is hard to believe.
Oh my goodness.
December 2023.
That's crazy.
That was nuts. So yeah, you guys will definitely want to see this chapter. So do me a favor, because I recognize that some of our viewers may not have had the privilege yet to watch Ashe or experience Ashe. Lovely, tell them why Ashe has been such a thing for the last 2.5 years.
The main reason is because Ashe isn't just a wrestling promotion, it's a wrestling experience. If you have not been in the atmosphere, try your best if you can to get to one of the shows in Charlotte. It feels like a family reunion without the barbecue. Now, next show, hopefully we can get somebody outside with some food trucks. We was home.
That would be nice.
We need some vittles or something. But it feels authentic. It feels like home, even if it's your first time going, your first experience everyone makes you feel welcome. Everyone smells good. Everyone takes baths. There's deodorant in the place. You can smell all of the perfume and the cologne and all of that. No ash in the building. Everybody got on lotion. It's just
people don't understand how important that is.
That is a very important thing.
Important. No ash in Ashe. Yeah.
No ash in Ashe. Yes. But it feels like you went to your grandma's house and all your cousins are sitting around watching wrestling together. That's what it feels like. It's Black owned, Black funded, Black curated, and Black centered, but it's for everyone to enjoy. So don't think just because you don't look like this, you're not welcome. You're so welcome. It's such a beautiful experience. So come out. June 27th is our next show. Ashe, the world is yours. We have a 30-man battle royal coming up to see who's going to be the #1 contender for the Ashe Men's Championship. So you don't want to miss that either.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very special time at Ashe, the first ever Ashe Rumble, which I'm very excited about. 30 men. And I will say this much. First of all, to what Lovely was just saying, if you ever look out in the crowd, you will get to see the beautiful diversity in the crowd, which is just one of the most amazing things to see. On the other side of that, I think last Saturday was probably the first time I needed an umbrella indoors. Yeah.
That's saying
and I will say this, this is the thing, and I don't normally do this for people, but you know, for those who think that all of pro wrestling is scripted, watch Ashe.
Please.
I will tell you what I'm talking about with my need for an umbrella was completely unscripted.
Oh my.
Yeah.
None of that was supposed to happen. So Lovely, I'll have to tell you off air exactly what was supposed to happen and what actually happened.
I heard rumblings and I need to know what happened.
Yes. None of that was supposed to happen. So it was, but this is what I love. And this is when people talk about the pro wrestling business, what most people don't understand is what you see may not have necessarily been what was planned. Exactly. But because it's live, it is what it is. So yeah, it all works. Trust me, Ashe is a beautiful place. Shout out to Darius, Lockhart, and the entire crew there. It was wonderful to be back with the family, and I look forward to June 27th. The world is yours. Tickets are available now, and make sure you hop onto that patreon.com/Ashe Wrestling. We dropped a new shirt as well, new merch. So that is available. It's incredible. And a little birdie told me that somebody on this panel, I won't say who, is involved in the design of the next bit of Ashe merch. So I'm quite excited to see just how lovely it will be. So definitely check that out when it becomes available. But again, shout out to all things Ashe Wrestling. Okay, so that was last Saturday. And of course, there was Saturday night's main event, which we technically don't need to get into because of all of the things that are coming up now. Now, I do want to spend some time talking about Double or Nothing from AEW this past Sunday. There has been so much conversation about this pay-per-view, this PLE, whatever you'd like to call it. I just want to run down the line and see who watched it and what you thought about Double or nothing. Now, I'm going to start with you, Councilman, because I know at one time you really weren't the biggest AEW guy. And I don't know how much that has changed. So I kind of want to get updated on that. Did you pay any attention to Double or Nothing? And if so, what was your takeaway?
I'm in it, man. I'm in it.
Ah, you're in it now. Okay.
Oh, what a difference a year makes.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, what a difference a year makes, man. I haven't even been there as a fan that long, and I'm already making history in AEW. Ain't even started there. I got Tony Khan dodging questions. I got friends wanting to be a part of their factions and stuff. I was like, You know what? Let me give this a chance real quick. And went to go see Revolution in Los Angeles, and man, still would like them to like find a little less matches, maybe 5 to 8. Then we perfect. But they put on a great show, and I think like what we used to kind of make fun of them for, or not make fun of them, critique them about, they found a way to kind of perfect this now, where I don't have to watch every week of it to watch this and enjoy it. Like I can still like, okay, give me the pointers. Okay, I know who's this person. I know who's that person. But just like how you just said, even about Ashe, you still don't know what's going to happen here. Like I have not lost the illusion yet of, hey, there's no way Jacob's gonna beat Roman. I don't look at it here like that on AEW. Like, hey, there's no way Kyle O'Reilly is ever gonna beat John Moxley. I never know what's going to happen when I'm watching this stuff and how it's going to end. And then I enjoyed it. I enjoyed all of it. Still a little confused about the AEW spot, just a little, the world heavyweight title spot, you know, MJF and then the Darby thing. Like, I'm just more curious as to how do the Darby Allin fans feel with what's happened now. Like they've done so well of trying to get this guy over. He does it, has a pretty good run defending the championship, and then this happened. So I'm just like, okay, I'm not sure what's gonna go on, but I enjoyed the show all the way through. I always love Techless matches, no matter what Techla's in now. I will watch. And then Swerve and Bandito need to be studied. That's a
clinic.
You ever want to get into wrestling, go study that, because them boys put on a masterclass, man. Just again, I think it's a overall product that has been getting better and better.
Honey, your thoughts on Double or Nothing? Did you watch? And if you did, kind of what were your takeaways?
I definitely watched it from top to bottom, every single thing. I absolutely thoroughly was very satisfied with it because there was just so much unexpected entertainment from places I wasn't really looking for. Like one thing about AEW, and I would have to like agree with what Will said because I've kind of been in the same boat with AEW. I don't have to watch every week. And something that I'm noticing though, every time pay-per-view season comes, whether it's Double or Nothing, Revolution, or when they go to the UK, like they're always on point, bringing the nonstop action, bringing the unexpected, probabilities that could, that where they have a swerve, like, basically the whole, like the Kyle Fletcher thing, they had Konosuke Takeshita and Kazuchika Okada was a beastly match. It was a beastly match. And then Kyle Fletcher to, the Proto Star, what do they call him?
The Proto Star. Yep.
So he came back, and I realized that he was gone for some time, even though I haven't been consistently watching every week. But Kyle Fletcher is always somebody I have my eye on. I'm not calling them what they call them. They're Edge and Christian. I don't care. Edge and Christian was what I needed. Was the match, like I really was what I needed it to be. It was great to have FTR. It's a great night because they've always been known to work really well together. And then just having the climax of the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix just making an appearance, which was a shock to everybody. I don't think I saw that coming. But besides Swerve, Bandito, and all those other matches, and the of course Athena with advancing in the Owen Hart Cup tournament and everything, anything that has Will freaking Ospreay in it, I'm showing to a casual fan or somebody who's never seen wrestling before. Will Ospreay from the moment his music hits and everybody's singing along with it, and when he calls the corners, when they go Osprey, that's just something that does something to me, that excites me, that makes me want to like run through a brick wall, because I'm just like, oh, I want to be there. I love what AEW is doing with that, and keep doing it. But worry about condensing the matches a bit, like Will said, but keep doing what y'all are doing.
James, let me ask you this. When it comes to AEW, first of all, it's wild to think that this is the 7th Double or Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We are 7 years inside of AEW. My question to you is, as you look at Double or Nothing, has AEW finally found its groove? Have they finally found their identity in terms of who they are?
We'll know in a couple of weeks. It's always the continuum. I think they do great in pay-per-view events. It felt big. It felt good. Seeing Mick Foley, it was just like, whoa, okay, all right. And to your point, Beth Phoenix, honey, to your point. Also, you mentioned how about how Will Ospreay makes you feel. I feel the same way about Samoa Joe, and Joe's one of my 5 favorite wrestlers of all time, and yes, we're probably built the same. But I understand that maybe that's why I have that connection.
I'm so tired of him.
Oh my God.
I can't.
It's like a sack of laundry, and it's still doing his thing.
I thought that was you as the stunt double in Twisted Metal.
My God.
I'll tell you something.
I saw you in the behind the scenes.
Don't be fooled. That's why I'm wearing sweatshirts in the spring. I look like a bakery under here. But for him to still be able to have the psychology of wrestling and be a legitimate wrestling match with someone who's a totally different style. The main event scene, you're absolutely right. I'm still trying to figure that out. But seeing Kevin Knight do that turn, it's like, okay, they get how important it is to invest in new talent and go ahead and put them in right spots. And so I appreciate that. But we'll know how they continue these things out. What places are you going to put these guys, and how smart are you in saying we've got a Kevin Knight that we need to invest in, and how we're going to build around that? How do we build around Takeshita? How do we build around Thekla? How do we build around this talent that hasn't been seen anywhere else but here to make them our flagship? They failed their first round when they had, Sammy Guevara and all of that. They failed that project, but you still have MJF that has a credible name. Now, how do you build around that to make this company around them and stop trying to compete with WWE and give wrestling fans the alternative? Because real wrestling fans are going to watch wrestling.
Right.
You have company fans, but real wrestling fans watch all of them. We watch it all, and we want to make sure that what we're watching is good. So we'll see, if they can develop this. I hope they do, because they have everything in place, I believe, to be a long-term company.
I believe this is Courtney hanging out over here. Shout out to Courtney. She says, happy Saturday, all. AEW Double or Nothing has been their signature pay-per-view, plus is their second pay-per-view of 2026 to be sold out. Need to stay in their lane and be consistent with their strategic vision. I want to ask you this, Lovely. How significant is it that this pay-per-view was in the market that historically has been the hotbed for WWE? This being in New York, being sold out in New York with that very interesting energy that this pay-per-view had. What is that? Does that even mean anything in this 2026 wrestling environment, or does that still matter that they did this in New York?
I think that always matters. Because of what that hotbed is, what that means to wrestling as a whole, and because that particular hotbed was one of the loudest deterrents when it comes to AEW. They didn't want to hear nothing AEW was talking about for the longest. And as somebody who's just now, honestly, just being transparent, the last 2 years or so, I've finally been able to enjoy AEW, meaning I didn't have to watch it at a friend's house. I would just turn it on myself and watch it and enjoy. This pay-per-view was fantastic. This is probably the first AEW pay-per-view that I watched independently by myself. And I was like, okay, y'all figuring it out. You're doing it. And just like James said, is what do you do next? The follow-through has always been, to me, their issue. The pay-per-views are always fantastic. So if you can turn a crowd like that New York crowd and have them emotional, because here's the thing with wrestling that a lot of people don't like to talk about is, as long as you have some sort of reaction, you're doing something. And usually, you know, some areas they're just like, okay, girl, we don't know who these people are, what they're doing, what is it. But this particular pay-per-view, to me, the storyline didn't even matter. If you had not been watching for weeks, you were able to still sit back and enjoy this particular show. I'm proud of them. And I hate to say those words when it comes to AEW because I have my own personal beef. But I am proud of the growth. And if you are a fan of wrestling, you want to see wrestling grow. And it's not just your favorite or your preference. You want the business to grow. And when AEW does well, wrestling does well. The indies are still doing well. WWE, we don't know what y'all doing, but y'all still here. We here. So I think having that show there in the WWE town, so to speak, it was a very subtle point that was made, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, one of the things that I really found to be interesting with this is, again, location matters, and to be in New York, which, again, New York has historically always been WWE country, and to sell out, 15,000. And I, quite frankly, I'm a fan, and maybe this is because of, all we've done at Ashe, but I'm a fan of taking non-traditional wrestling venues and using them for wrestling. So the Louis Armstrong Stadium, which is a tennis outlet, just very cool, the things that they were able to do. And I just, I watched it with pride just because it was like, guys, you are figuring it out. I will go so far as to say there are people who will call it the perfect wrestling pay-per-view. I just don't want to ever call anything that quite yet. But what I will say is it had enough of everything for everybody.
Yes.
Like, this was, if you were the pure wrestling junkie, man, you had Okada and Takeshita. You had, which I just.
Can I talk about Takeshita?
Please.
For just like 1 second.
Please.
Listen, whatever he does, I'm going to support it.
Yeah,
As somebody who is a huge Okada fan, I was thinking, when he won the title originally for New Japan, that he was going to go over there and that's kind of where he was going to be. And that's what that was. But to see the way that he invokes so much from fans here. He's so good. He looks amazing. I feel like he can wrestle with a paper bag and make that paper bag look like Kenny Omega. I absolutely enjoy watching him. And I have a different name that I call him. I ain't gonna say it on this podcast because this is a clean podcast and I ain't gonna say it, but I tell y'all in the chat. But it is I love watching him. He is the way Honey feels about Will Ospreay. That's how I feel about Takeshita. That's my guy.
He really is one of those, like, the whole package, like everything. Like, even too, you could see him if he decided to. Like, you could even see him transition to movies, like to further promote the career and stuff like that for him. So yeah, I see it. Like, most people don't have that, but when you see it, you see it. And Takeshita is one of those.
Yeah.
I'd also like to say that Fletcher looks like Don Callis.
People think I'm the problem here, and you know what, guys? It's not me. Finally, Lovely's not the issue. It's that bald man.
But is it an issue if he right though?
He's not.
Like, hey, listen. If you didn't know him and you saw them at Walmart, you'd be like,
I would think they cousins.
Does your son want to sample as well? Does he?
Mhm.
Right.
Would you also like some?
Oh gosh, that
Hilarious.
is.
Kyle Fletcher looks like a nephew that's older than the uncle.
Oh my god.
Please.
That's
Okay.
hilarious.
All right.
That's crazy.
Professor-
Shout out to our
Professor-
friends over at Beyond the Bell. It is great to have you guys rocking with us. I am a big fan, so thank you for rocking with us today. That's hilarious, James. Absolutely hilarious. I will say this. I think, again, Takeshita, absolute star. Okada has only lost maybe a handful of times in AEW. So
Mhm.
for him to lose and to lose the championship to Takeshita says something. But they had the kind of wrestling match that whoever won, you were okay
It didn't
with.
matter.
Yep,
It
it didn't
did
matter.
not matter.
Like, that's what's awesome to me, to see that. To see, and I'll say this, I probably shouldn't, but I will, to see the wrestling that is kicking off the Owen Hart Cup, make that cup mean something.
Agreed.
That it's not just another tournament inside of AEW, but now we know we're fighting for a shot at Wembley Stadium. Like, it's like they're finally figuring it out. And then I will even say this, the placement on the card was very important. You started off with that tag team match with
Came in hot.
It came in hot, and it came in with that kind of crazy energy of weapons and all that other stuff. But then you didn't give us weapons again until we got to Stadium Stampede right before the main event.
Yep.
And in Stadium Stampede, I think, is where we got the entertainment value,
Yeah.
which I think some other spaces may lean more towards, but it was just the right dose of that made this something special, I think. So yeah, it was just great. Oh, and let me say this too, because I wondered when it came to AEW, how would their women's division exist without a Toni Storm
Mhm.
and without a Mercedes Moné? And we are eating just fine,
Yep.
which is incredible, because AEW's women's division for years had kind of been the bane of their existence. But they have really figured out how to strengthen that and present that in a way where we're getting women's matches that we really, really care about. So shout out to
You're
all
welcome.
that.
You're welcome.
Oh, boy. I'm
Scared the
scared
shit
to
out of
ask.
Tony. Scared the shit out of Tony Khan with them questions.
He really did dodge that. He really did.
We
though.
want the truth. When the
And-
women headlining.
And there's proof.
Let's put more of them on the PLE. Let's put more of them PLE. I didn't
Agreed.
answer that, but let's put them on the PLE.
And I think I think somebody who really does not get enough, I don't want to say praise, but enough, I'll say it. I'll say praise. Athena is someone that I will stand 10 toes down on.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care how you feel about it, because I know some of you are going to feel away. What Athena has done to me meant way more than all 52 belts that Mercedes Moné had.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this.
And it doesn't stop there for good old lovely. I think what Bailey does when it comes to wrestling means more than all 53 belts that Mercedes Moné has.
No
because
shade.
for this, and it's no shade at all, it's very, very much tea. And the reason I say that is because how many people have talked about any of the other promotions since she lost the titles? How many times have you heard anyone talk about the young lady that beat her for the title? And where is she at?
Then there's that.
So I understand. Hey, son, I understand. I know that some of you guys love her, and I get it. I appreciate everything that she's done in her space for what she does. I can show appreciation. However, we don't know nothing about them promotion. I don't know none of them young ladies, unfortunately, and that's sad because
whose fault is that? How is that her fault?
I didn't say
It's the
anyone's
promotion's
fault.
fault.
Now you see how you got all raised up in the chest and nobody said that? You was a hit dog that hollered for no reason. Nobody said that. No one said that it was Mercedes' fault. What I said was that because she's the person who held the belt. If I held 53 belts and you didn't talk about nobody that I wrestled, that would be a lovely conversation. It wouldn't be their promotion. It would still be me because I'm the person holding the belt. So
it'd be a promotion.
Okay, with their promotion with Mercedes Moné, Athena meant more to wrestling than those 53 belts to me. And I don't care how you chop that pie up. I don't care how you serve it up. I don't care if it's a German chocolate cake. I don't care if it's a carrot cake. All I know is facts, this, Mr. Councilman.
When Karrion Kross gets 7 belts, I want the same amount of hate.
You gonna get it.
I want the same amount of hate for this man that y'all gave. When he start getting 10 belts, I want y'all to call him reckless. I want y'all to call him greedy. I want y'all to call him not a good wrestler.
Then call her that.
Best in the world. I want all this hate.
You're projecting.
When he gets some more. No. Oh, I was in the trenches to hear about this Mercedes Moné thing because I'm like, we didn't get this with Austin Aries. We didn't get this with Ultimate.
Yes, we did. That did happen. But now I will tell you this, and you can check my Twitter. My feed don't lie. Every time you have a wrestler on the indies that collect belts, I say the exact same thing. I don't change my tune, but the reason why I'm pointing out Mercedes in this scope is because we just talked about the women for AEW, and I believe that Athena deserves more credit for the stuff that she's done with that Ring of Honor title, what she's done in wrestling, what she's done with her own promotion, because people forget that Athena also has a promotion. Those things to me matter more for wrestling as a whole than just seeing that you are a belt collector. What Bayley is doing with women's wrestling means more to wrestling as a whole than just the person, because this has nothing to do with Mercedes Moné herself. It has to do with what matters to wrestling. And I think those two women deserve a lot more credit for what they've done for the business as opposed to themselves.
I would say this, Gerard, if you can remember, it was like 10 or 11 years ago, and I texted you about a young lady who was just wrestling around the corner from me at a local civic center. And I said, she's amazing. And her name is Athena. You remember that?
I do remember that.
Yes. And about a couple of years later, she shows up at NXT. And unique wrestling style, unique look, everything else. And I knew she had it from wrestling in front of 15 people at the Humble Civic Center here. It's like, she is absolutely amazing. Now, she's going to need some butt pads for that finisher, but eventually that's going to take some toll on her. But to find her way, because Ring of Honor was just like floating, right? It was like this little side quest for Tony Khan, or just a place they could dump off to be like their NXT, basically. We don't even care about it. So for her to come back and to give this revitalization to a brand that has fostered wrestling, essentially, so much has come out of Ring of Honor. Now to bring that back, and it really wasn't a place for women either, not from a formidable standpoint. So to that point, what she has done now, giving a place and a name and a credence, not only to a division, but also to a brand. Yeah, she deserves a lot of credit.
Yeah, Athena is special. Over 1,200 days as the Ring of Honor champion, the longest reign of any Ring of Honor champion, male or female, and it's showing no signs of ending. I will ask this off the beaten path, but very much connected. She is involved, obviously, in the Owen Hart Cup, with the winner getting the opportunity at the AEW World Championship at the event that's happening in Wembley Stadium, all in London. The question now is, does Athena, A, need to win this tournament, and B, need to win the Women's World Championship?
Yep.
I think so.
She absolutely do. Without the passion that Lovely gave, Athena reign is not gonna matter, and they're gonna try to bury her stuff. That's the other thing that I bring up with that. That's the only two reasons why I don't even like comparing her and Mercedes with one another, because you're absolutely right with what you said. But the fact they don't talk about it, they're going to try to bury that. And they're going to try to be like, oh, well, it was 1,000-something days, but it ain't this. It ain't that. And unless we talk about it like this and keep doing it and keep coming up with it, they're gonna try to make sure they never discuss it. But it's like, yo, you're almost up. Not a matter of fact, we'll even throw it like this: you surpassed Gunther, who y'all continuously put in the main title picture. You have passed CM Punk, who you consistently put in the main title picture and say is the best in the world. And this girl has doubled what he did as WWE champion. Not to mention the other folks that whose record she has broken. But because what you just said, James, they're gonna always compare that Ring of Honor championship as an NXT title.
Facts.
That's what they're gonna compare it to. So they're gonna treat it like how they treat Oscar's run. Be like, oh, that was cool, but that ain't the AEW World Championship. So it's like she don't have nothing to prove to us. But the world and to the people that have to keep coming in, like the casual fans, she do got something to prove to. And I think she should win the Owen Cup because of everything that she's done. And honestly, I just want to see her versus Tekla in Wembley. And they will. And again, Tony, if you listening, main event, Big Tone, main event, main effing event. And if you really want to bring the house down, let Tony Storm be the special guest referee.
Wow.
Now that's drama for you.
If we're gonna do it, let's go all the way.
Let's go. Hey, let's go all in.
Let's go all in. Well, here's the challenge with going all in. It seemed as though AEW was all in their cross promotional contract with our friends at New Japan. But we just got news that New Japan, who had been streaming AEW content on NJPW World since April of 2022, that contract is coming to an abrupt end. The official contract ends in August of this year, but new episodes of Dynamite, Collision, and the like for AEW will cease at the end of June. And if you're looking for new episodes and you're in Japan, you can no longer find them on NJPW World. You'll actually find them on myaew.com. With Forbidden Door coming up in June, a PLE that initially was all about AEW versus New Japan, which now includes CMLL and Stardom. Is this a sign of an eroding partnership between AEW and New Japan? What do you say to that, honey?
It definitely shakes up what's going on between them for sure. There's always that one-way street argument. I don't know. It's been consistently signed with New Japan, pretty much with their biggest stars over these years, including guys like the ones we've mentioned, Okada, Will Ospreay alike. So it's putting New Japan. I was about to say New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Oh
Lord have mercy. Where am I at? But it continues to put them in a constant state of rebuilding, which is probably not a bad thing though either. Because change is always good, and if nothing changes, nothing changes. And rebuild is always good for business in trying to put out good product for us to view. But I don't think it's eroding in a way that we would think. It's probably just things aren't working out, and it's probably best to go their separate ways.
James, let me ask you, is this more of a play to centralize things on myaew.com, or is this really signaling kind of a change in this partnership between AEW and New Japan?
Yeah, this is NXT TNA-ish. This is okay. We've gotten everything we wanted out of y'all. Thanks. Because what else can New Japan offer AEW at this point? They've got all of their best wrestlers, and then the top names of New Japan have all gotten old. So, like, who do we want now? Tiger Mask 6? Like who you know?
What is your problem?
Who do we want? All the Samoans are gone.
Oh.
All the the Gaijins are gone, and Naito's old, and the other older wrestlers.
Zack Sabre Jr.
No,
Not Japanese Dolph Ziggler, please.
Wow.
That is Naito.
Japanese Dolph Ziggler is
funny.
why.
I'm tripping.
Ziggler is crazy.
I'm tripping.
Funny.
No, but it's hilarious to me. It's hilarious.
So it's like AEW's looking like, okay, we got all the ones that we want. We got them under contract. We got them all here. On Forbidden Door, we got all the matches we want to see already. We got, we got Okada and Takeshita. We've got all those matches. What do we really even need New Japan for? Oh, let's wait until they build another Okada, and then we'll try to get him to. It's the same thing that WWE was trying to do with Leon Slater, and try to get him. It's like, no, okay, forget it. We're going to back out and save face because New Japan matters to us over here in Japan. So y'all do y'all thing. We're going to do ours. It may be tougher for non-Japanese wrestlers to come through that ranks now and build up names, because that heyday was awesome, wasn't it? And when you had AJ Styles and Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks and the Bullet Club, the whole thing, that era was amazing. I don't think that returns now as a result of this. This seems very much like New Japan recognizes that, okay, we got to do this for our own self-respect and break away.
They got to pour into themselves.
I do have a question.
Yes,
Gerard, really quickly. Do you for the table altogether, do you guys think that once I forgot my man's name that fast? Dang, Tanahashi. I don't know how I forgot my man's name.
Yeah.
Once Tanahashi took over, do you guys see that there's been a completely different energy with New Japan? For me, I don't know. Of course, everything got kind of gutted out. Once my Tongans left, I was pretty much like, all right, y'all be easy. But I still oftentimes watch New Japan because I love New Japan. But I do feel like there was a different energy that kind of came in when Tanahashi took over. Do you think that may have kind of tainted New Japan a little bit to kind of make these deals not as lucrative for both sides?
I wonder, for one, I think this is the case where you have multiple things working at the same time. I think Tanahashi coming in was necessary because some of the other people that were in there were not necessarily doing the best job. But at the same time, much to what James was saying before, there's not as much of an allure to New Japan for the American wrestler who would go over there to help build that up from a star power perspective. And they did not do a good job of producing new stars fast enough.
I agree.
Their dojo process is so lengthy that it was never designed to have a breakout star show up. So where that becomes problem, it's interesting. You think about their dojo into funneling into New Japan. They're young boys for a long time.
Yeah.
As opposed to, the trajectory that we saw, say, for a Trick Williams or for, my God, an Obafemi.
Yeah.
Like they being New Japan, they're very stringent on this is how long it's going to take. You will follow this process. And what they also didn't anticipate was a Tanahashi deciding to retire.
Yeah.
Evil leaving. These major names that have been associated with New Japan all gone, and then you get the Dogs gone, and you get God gone, and you
Hiromu's leaving.
He's left. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Takahashi's gone. Yeah.
So it's like, if you think 10 years ago when we all started tuning into New Japan for real, all the guys that are there are gone.
Yeah.
All of them.
Not to mention, you also had top guys in the beginning when the partnership was announced, like criticizing the partnership publicly because they didn't really care for it. They felt like it was like New Japan Pro was being like subservient just to produce talent to roll out for AEW.
Yeah.
What happened to the what was the name of the show? It was New Japan. It was in America. The New Japan.
Oh, yeah,
what was-
the New Japan Strong.
What happened?
Well, here's the thing. This is another case of expansion that was underestimated. So they wanted to expand into the US, which sounded great. But the US folks are going to want to see those major Japanese stars. And if you're not able to bring them over and you're using basically independent talent for New Japan Strong, it doesn't quite do what it used to do. So
And it's so sad.
It is. I'll give them props for being able to see something that's not working and stop, as opposed to just continuing. It's gonna keep going and going and going.
You hear that,
It's
Paul?
crazy.
You hear that, Paul?
Uh-oh.
TKO, you hear that?
Uh-oh.
I said it. I said it.
Uh-oh.
Man, you keep
Really quickly, I gotta shout out some folks in the chat, man. My man, the mayor, Seth, is in the building. Shout out to him. Sir Wilkes has a comment
Lord.
for the quote unquote shorty with the glasses.
Wilkes,
Shorty?
Sir Wilkins.
So yeah, but yeah, a lot of I think were you gonna say something, Will?
Oh, I was just gonna say too, and just that bridge between being able to address an American audience, like they're not media heavy like AEW or WWE
Right.
is. Like it's a very traditional thing. So I can see why that's already something that'll set you back. And just like how y'all said, the big stars are gone. You're having to pull from all these other places. It's just like it's not giving as much of a return on investment as it would. And then also to mention too, like who's not to say like the deal that has changed between them because of the other deals that have been going down, like with AEW being under HBO, and HBO just got purchased by Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
So there are new rules and regulations to them. So as much as they were saying the unbalance of these two groups, that may have went even further with that happening now, and them going like, hey, you know what? This is costing us more than it is helping us. So we're going to cut our losses where we're at, and then we're going to regroup. We're going to figure out what our next step is, what our next plan is, and how we roll it out. And, hopefully it starts to pick up like how NXT is right now. Remember, we had a good 2 months where we were like, what y'all going to do now that Oba, Stephanie, Soul, all of these people finna leave? And they was like, oh, don't worry. We're going to have like a bad 4 weeks. And watch, we'll be back. And they weren't playing. They
as soon as Fatal Influence showed their faces, then after that you saw NXT. We're like, wait a minute, there's more coming in. Oh, okay, okay, cool.
I will say this to the NJPW point. I think they overestimated our interest. In it. So we're willing to stay up 4 a.m. to watch Wrestle Kingdom. I will watch Dominion, but not every week.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's now you're making an investment, and we can't watch it every week without Kenny Omega, without the Young Bucks. We need that American tie-in. And so I think them going back to saying, okay, we'll do us because we know how to do us over here in the Far East. Y'all stay over there in the West. Y'all do what y'all do. We'll rebound here in the East. God bless them.
But just one more thing to even add to that, like, if you were just to look at the formula of what anime has done and
talk about it
has here, shouldn't y'all be able to figure out how to make that happen in a rest group? Not saying that they can't. I'm not trying to throw no salt, but I'm just like, if for some reason, like any of y'all wanted to be able to go, okay, I want to make a real solid bridge to the American market. You've impacted this place already far and wide. Build up New Japan Wrestling without having to go like, hey, we're not going to do American talents. Not saying you don't have to, but it's like, that's not going to be our main focus. But we going to have y'all fall in love with these characters, just like you fall in love with Goku, just like how you fall in love with Vegeta, just like you fall in love with, clearly I don't know anime outside of 1999. Any of them, you made us love them. You got to be able to figure out a way to do that with the wrestlers. But hopefully they do that as they be able to collect themselves.
All right. So with the last few minutes we have, again, it's going to be a big, big weekend. And one of the events this weekend happens tomorrow, as we're talking internationally, the first ever Clash in Italy. It goes down 2 p.m. Eastern and just whatever time that works out in your neck of the woods. Interestingly enough, this is a 5-match card as of right now. 2 of the 5 matches are going to be on the first hour of ESPN, and they're both world championship matches. It's going to kick off with Cody Rhodes defending the world title, the WWE title against Gunther. Rhea Ripley defends the WWE women's title against Jade Cargill. Then we have the Intercontinental title match, Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruka. Tribal combat for the World Heavyweight Championship, Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. And then I want to talk about this one because we have not had a chance to talk about this yet. Oba Brock 2.
Did you mention Sol and Becky?
Yes,
I did.
Okay.
I did. I mentioned Sol and Becky. But Oba Brock 2. Man, I don't have the time I want, but I want to ask this very, very quickly. Did we need or do we need Oba Brock 2? And why is Brock Lesnar back? How hot do we want to get on this? Will, let's start with you.
Going to my file.
Oh my God.
My deposition.
open cases on all you.
On Mr. Lesnar here.
I hate him so much.
We need it. We need it.
We need it. Okay.
I said we need it. Here's the thing. No matter what you think about Brock, you do not have the transfer of the Beast title move to somebody in just one match. You can't do it. You do need a 3 out of 3 match setup with this. We have to see it. We saw the squash. So what we saw was my client does not fear the Beast. He's not scared of you. I will go toe-to-toe with you. I don't have to sneak you. I'll walk right up in your face and slap you. We have to see that. But we also have to see the veteran teach the rookie when you bite the hand that's reaching out to you. And then at SummerSlam, where, of course, that big check got him to come back, that's when you crown it. That's when you see Brock get up and he raises Oba's hand. Ain't got to do too much more than that. Raises Oba's hand, let them know, hey, this is the passing of the crown. I'm good. And then it solidifies him a little bit more. And if we can get him to go to the King of the Ring finals and Brock screw him out of King of the Ring, magic.
You're angering me.
I have a theory. I'm trying to save my theory. Honey, do we need Oba Brock 2?
I mean, judging by a lot of the reactions of people, I mean, as much as I saw a lot of people very happy to see Brock leave, I also saw a lot of people very happy to see Brock back for whatever reason. But here we are. Does the business need it? Yes. Does Brock need it? Yes. Do I need it? No. Do I want it? No. But hey, here we are.
Here we are.
That's all I got.
James, what happens tomorrow between Oba and Brock?
What did Biggie say? Big meaty man bumping meat. That's what happens.
Yeah.
No bread, no water, just meat.
Yeah, I'm thinking they needed to sell those tickets in Italy, those overpriced tickets in Italy that they're charging these people up the yang for. Well, let's give them this match, and there's still money on Brock Lesnar's name, man. It still is,
whether we like it or not.
And y'all know that company, they're not going to miss a buck at all. So yeah, do it. Fine, okay. It still doesn't take away what I saw in April at WrestleMania. It doesn't take that moment in Black history away from me.
It sure does not. Okay. It surely does not.
I cried a tear. Sure did.
Yeah.
Enjoyed that
Happy
little bit.
tear.
Oh my God. And why am I crying? I never cry for another man like this. This is ridiculous. What's happening to me right now? But yeah. Need is a different word. Need is a different word. They would have gotten by with this pay-per-view without it. Yeah. I won't say need. I just bought 5 watches. I don't need any of them. Okay. But I had the means to do it, so I got him. And that's that. You know, they had the means to do it. Let's make a big deal out of it. Let's go ahead.
Did you buy all at once?
Listen, let me tell you something. I have to color coordinate my outfits. Okay, so you know,
Wow.
So you know,
So that's a yeah.
lovely, you get it. Come on with
I
the
get it,
mushroom.
Steve.
Okay, you know,
You
come on.
put 5 watches in the court and clicked okay.
I got 5 watches for under $100. Y'all don't mess with me. Okay,
Talk.
I know
Okay.
what I'm. Know
We
what
gonna
I'm
talk after the We gonna talk after the show. Teach me your ways.
Lovely. Let me ask you this. Does Brock win tomorrow? And is there a third match, or does Oba go 2-0?
I don't know. I'm not even going to say that I have a prediction. I do want to go back to the questions you asked, James, as far as if it's needed or that you asked before. While it pissed me off initially, seeing him come back, because there was no significant follow through for Obafemi after the win, because they didn't jump directly to Oba Roman or give Oba some time off to let it simmer a little bit, let it stew, which they should have done, my personal opinion. They needed something to keep the Obafemi train going, because the challenge wasn't going to do it. If somebody like a Randy Orton wasn't answering it, it wasn't going to do what it needed to do. And I also think personally that when we were talking about those pay cuts and things, I do believe that retirement was legitimate, but then when some people walked away, that freed up some money for them to give Brock for him to do what he needs to do. And I personally think that's why Brock Lesnar is back, because that was worked out. I would prefer this to be a situation where it ends up being like a DQ, like somebody just goes too far, they DQ it, and then we have to have that third match, and then that be the passing of the torch. I don't want that to be a Clash of Italy, because who really honestly cares about this pay-per-view? You know what I mean? So you can't have something that significant be the moment at a place like this. Let them have a match. It goes too far, they ring the bell. Hey, y'all doing too much. Have another one at SummerSlam. However you got to do it. Build it that way, because yes, Oba is a dog. He's a beast. He's all of these things. But and we knew that this was going to happen, the follow through wasn't going to do well, because that kind of stunk up the joint. You have to do something else. And if they have Obafemi win King of the Ring over Trick Williams, they're going to see me in Connecticut. They gonna see me.
Amen.
Well, so okay, very quickly, because we got to get to the last topic. But in my mind, Oba wins this. Oba goes to King of the Ring. He wins King of the Ring. We get Oba Roman at SummerSlam, and
that's where I know they're going.
And we get Gunther and Brock at SummerSlam to retire Brock in Minnesota.
That's the way that I think they're going to go. I think they're going to go that way.
Very quick question though, Lovely. Yes. Y'all see Brock Lesnar taking 3 straight L's on his way out.
That's why. That's what I'm saying. Brock would do it if it's best for business. WWE thinking, yes, this is going to line up for Obafemi to win King of the Ring solely so they can get to the point of Roman versus Oba, because they have the creative capacity of a peanut and they can't seem to figure out another way to do that, even though there's thousands of ways that we can do this. And then you have someone like a Williams, who that character of the King of the Ring, putting him up against, let's say, a Cody or whoever wins this crazy match. Perfect. And he loses, there's much more longevity with King Trick than there is with King Oba, but I understand the why. I just prefer something different.
Character-wise, Trick as King of the Ring fits much better than Oba, who has already established himself to be in this larger-than-life figure that it'll only take a person of Brock Lesnar's caliber to battle. So he doesn't need, in my opinion, King of the Ring. He doesn't need it.
But if I be honest with you too, though, neither does Trick. Would it be dope for him to have? Yes. But Trick don't need it.
He does.
They only put Trick in. No, they don't, because they put Trick in the U.S. title to keep him away from Cody for right now.
He needs this, and I'll go over why really quickly, because I know we're running on time. My bad. He needs this solely because of the same reason I think Obafemi needed Brock to come back, because with Trick Williams, they're going to do the exact same thing that they did with Jey Uso, oversaturate something, make it corny, and people are going to lose focus. They are going to have to do something with Trick Williams that's going to quote unquote humble him. So have him be king of the ring, win, thinks he's at the top of the mountain, get to the title match, lose the title match, but he's still holding on to the fact that I'm king of the ring, and it turns his character, because Trick Williams, there's a very thin line with WWE where they're going to soil this Trick Williams thing because they don't know how and when to pull back with things. That's why I'm thinking the longevity of it means more for Trick than it would for Oba.
But we missing one monkey wrench I'm finna throw in there because I know we gotta move on. Gunther might beat Cody. Gunther might cost Brock that match, and it's the WWE Championship. Yeah. This is the career at SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. We talk about what we want to happen.
Yeah. That's all. I mean, you know, I'm biased with my client, but like I said on kayfabe, overall, if the person that does win, it should be Trick. We said King Trick, and on SmackDown do a coronation where Booker T and King Sharmell.
You feel me, brother? I knew we was related.
That works.
GB, the one thing we have to figure into this is a report that we got yesterday that Jacob Fatu is hurt.
Yeah.
So plans could change.
Said,
what did
I say? I said,
listen. Wow.
I didn't want to be the spoiler for anybody.
Hey, Cedric, go ahead and log off, bro. No,
I didn't want to.
Hey, you better tell Honey too that she said.
But
you know what?
Because the only reason why is because the last couple of times we've done this King of the Ring thing, I felt like it wasn't treated with. It was more gimmicky than prestige for me personally, than the prestige of when the 90s used to hit and the tournaments were back to back and there was more at stake and things like that.
Stone Cold.
It's just hello, but I feel like the route that they were going, because it's TKO, and like you said, Lovely, what is their brain matter? The brain matter of a peanut. Okay, so King Danhausen, I think it's the perfect counter to any of that, because do I personally feel like Trick and Oba need the King of the Ring? No, for all the same reasons y'all are saying. But I feel like with the way TKO is, and because the kids love Danhausen,
I'm now on that train. I didn't even think about Danhausen.
Nobody is, and that's the problem.
Honey, we're gonna have a midget Royal Court.
Listen, I don't have time because I got to get to this last topic. I don't have this. This is about to get everybody. I just need to read this comment from Ring King Wrestling Podcast. I don't see the hype with Trick Williams. I probably could stop there. But Oba winning King of the Ring makes a lot of sense to me. Oba versus Roman is money at SummerSlam. I just wanted to read that. Okay, so in just a few hours, AAA will give us Noche de los Grandes, an incredible 2-week card that tonight will be headlined by Mask versus Mask, the battle to see who the real El Grande Americano is. Now, I'll quickly go over this card because I don't think we've talked enough about this card tonight. The AAA tag team titles are on the line. Psycho Clown and Pagano defend against the War Raiders. The AAA World Cruiserweight Championship is up for grabs. The champion Laredo Kid defends against Ray Phoenix. Take all of my money.
That I'm excited for. I'm not going to lie. I'm excited for that one.
The AAA Latin American Championship, the champion El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. against Vikingo, which is also Take My Money. The main event, Mask versus Mask, El Grande Americano versus the original El Grande Americano. We went through this whole show to get up to this question, and that is El Grande Americano the most significant, unplanned ascension we've seen in the current era of pro wrestling?
Next to Danhausen, yes.
Hands down, without a doubt, one of the happy accidents of pro wrestling right now, and with both of them, from both sides of each character. But
do you see?
With any of that.
Do you see? Listen, have y'all seen the way these Mexicans love this man?
Oh my God!
This man been around 80 years. What you mean? Man, been wrestling since Prohibition. Y'all
Please.
seen the video at WrestleMania? Like,
I'm so
y'all didn't see this coming?
Look,
Facts that.
Right, said this is the Super Bowl. Don't nobody care about them other matches. Okay? Nobody. And said you got Muhammad Ali versus Frazier, Michael Jordan versus Dominique Wilkins, Roger Federer versus Rafael Nadal, El Grande Americano versus OT Grande Americano.
It's like MJ and Prince.
I was in my daddy nuts. I didn't get to catch them. Like, we are witnessing the greatest. Like, listen. If you had
enough is enough, it is time for a change.
Card, it would not be ridiculous that El Grande Americanos would be above them in the match. No disrespect to the religion.
No disrespect.
Just saying, if it was a double main event, they going second.
They treating this man like Selena.
Yeah,
I don't know if y'all been watching.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like that one. You know the
This
movie, like in the movie, the Selena movie, that one concert she did when she went to
Anything for Selena.
That's what. Yeah.
Anything for Grande
Selena.
Americano.
He is like
So-
the Mexican Michael Jackson right now.
You
This
see
is-
it.
So here's my question. My question is, for what was supposed to be a parody in America, how has this taken on like wildfire in Mexico? What do you think it is?
because-
Authenticity.
Education. We don't learn nothing here. That man learned Spanish. That man learned about cultures. Like, if you were like, it went from being a joke to where it's like you just took your career and saved it by engulfing into this character. To where it's like now life is imitating art with this. Like, do y'all remember when they like the fact that they were trying to allude that him and Ludwig got into some kind of trouble, and they was like, what's going to happen with El Grande? I don't know. Like, I don't know why y'all merging the two.
Ludwig got anything
That
to
got
do
nothing
with
to
this.
do with El Grande.
It got nothing to do with El Grande.
Who's Ludwig?
That they was ready to stay. That man got a mural in
A
Mexico.
whole mural.
It's
Yes.
crazy.
Before the OG though, too. That's crazy.
Well, you know, sometimes OGs fall off. You know what I'm saying, man?
I get it. I get it.
Not this one.
Okay.
now.
Okay.
You'd have to be, first of all, you got to reach OG status, which you have.
I am. Oh, so you don't know me, the OG wrestle auntie? You don't know
You about what?
You don't know. I'm
you,
40.
where?
Here.
Hey.
I'm 40. What are you talking about?
If that's the case, Jacob Fatu was black. Like, what are we doing?
I'm sorry. I'm 40. My bad. Anyway,
I just don't believe it. That's all. I just don't believe
it.
you.
I've ever heard.
Gerard.
So we're
I don't
so
know
we're
what's happening.
we're literally saying El Grande Americano is better because literally WWE didn't expect us to embrace him this much.
Have you noticed that that's usually how it happens, though, honey? The
Well,
people that they
organically,
want-
it's been happening for a while, and we haven't seen anything like this happen with a character for quite some time. I mean, Stone Cold anti-authority hero, gimmick, R-Truth, comedy evolution,
Daniel
LA Knight,
Daniel Bryan, yeah.
Daniel Bryan, the Yes Man.
This Undertaker level.
No, this is past that. This is whole.
Yeah, we may be past. Like, this is what was not.
This
to
might
work.
be Hulkamania
Yeah.
type stuff right here. This might be on that level, but the education and I think the authenticity of the fact that he's already somebody who is very engulfed in culture itself. He's a very culturally expansive young man in general. So to put this on someone with the poise that he has, with the voice that he has, with the shoulders back all the time, and then he speaks absolutely beautiful Spanish, and he can
fluid.
Not only does he speak Spanish, but he knows what to say to the people.
and
That's the thing. Like, it's the respect and honor the culture. He pulled a bad one too. That's hey, shout out to the hey.
My man went all the way in. My man went all.
He
that's
said
a
Tiffany
true
Stratton.
luchador.
He said Deuce to Tiffany so fast. He pulled up. He pulled up. It's no longer Tiffany time.
It's time for enchiladas and conquistadors over here.
Okay.
Hey, you have horchata one good time. It's gonna change your life. Have you had chicharrones? Have you had that on a good day?
Oh, I love them.
The Haitian in me, I love my Latinos and Latinas and stuff. Y'all are dear to me. Y'all got some good eats. So I'm trying to pull one too. I'm going down there with Grande Americano. I'm gonna be in Mexico. Give me a second.
I will say, he's a blueprint to anybody. And I'm not saying this is what was given to him, but I'm like, for anybody who is given lemonades of a character, this is something you watch as to like, if this is what you have, this is what you transform it into. Like, you know,
we say he's on the same level as New Day, the way that they did that turn.
Well, he got to win better. Yeah.
But you see what I'm saying? But
it's like that. It's literally, I'm gonna give you a crappy character. Matter of fact, not even giving you a crappy character. We just got to keep this going till this dude is finished.
Right.
And it's like, bet I'm gonna jump into this. I know Spanish, and then for that fact though too, that's what extended this so much. Like for the person who the original OG was like, okay, we all knew this has an expiration date on it. Like eventually we're gonna kind of get tired of this. He'll do a story where he'll go back. This dude has made it to where
please don't go back.
You can treat this like doink. Grande can go far and wide for years. Like I would not be surprised. Yeah, I would not be surprised if someone else picked up that mask and said, "Yo, I'll go as a Grande Americano from now on."
Do it like a tiger mask, like the tiger mask, black tiger mask. That would be fire.
Yeah. This is also extended a good run for Chad Gable, because do you recognize how hated this man is down there? Which leads me to it has everything to do with
who's Chad Gable?
The original Grande Americano.
Okay.
Wait, whoa.
Original accusations.
Accusations. We don't know who Americano.
Allegedly. Yeah.
Hey, there we go. I'm
just gonna leave it at this. They messed up because they could have changed it from Noche de los Grandes and just kept it Grande Mania.
I would have had a great time.
This is my theory concerning this. I'll say this very quickly. This is the reason why I believe that OG is winning tonight. Because you've got all of this heat. You've got all of this, and we're not at Triple Mania yet.
We're not.
To culminate this at Triple Mania is cash. That is money.
That's feeding generations.
That's dinero. Okay.
That's feeding generations.
Shout out to me, Mark. You over there, Triple A cooking, my brother. I had my doubts.
Taker, man, listen.
You're doing
they had to escort OG out of buildings for they were booing this man, but they're throwing stuff at him.
That Roddy Piper heat.
Grannies are throwing their chocolatas at them. Listen. This man got heat. He can hit with stuff that don't hurt. Let me find something.
Oh gosh.
Hit him with anything.
And we won't miss either.
Who just threw a flyer at me? What the
fuck? That's a good time. I'm with it.
We are just a handful of hours away from Noche de los Grandes. It goes down tonight. You can check it out on the WWE Facebook and YouTube channels. Good Lord, it's going to be a special weekend of wrestling, and it's been an honor to be able to bring that to you. Very quickly, let's find out how you can connect with this incredible panel. James, how can they find you?
You can find me at shortywiththeglasses.com.
Yes.
Also, I need a backstory off the chat. In the chat, I need a backstory, honey, about that Nikita Lyons run in. I've been waiting on that for a minute. Lovely.
Yeah, I have
me?
I've been waiting for that story too.
Lovely.
Not gonna lie.
I got y'all sisters.
Yeah. Gosh, Commissioner. Councilman, sorry, I'm all over the place. Like Commissioner,
I'm gonna just say, it's all good. I'm gonna just say Will Ferrell because James took the one I was gonna use.
Oh man, honey, how can they find you?
I'm wrestling with Honey on all the platforms, and I mean literally all, because your girl just joined Twitter for the first time ever and Twitch. And on top of that, you find me at anythingforsalinas.com.
Nice. And she actually could be the new commissioner of Ashe. I've been seeing rumblings. Lovely. How can the people find you?
Well, all right now.
You never know what can happen in any day at Ashe. So you can always find me at It's Lovely Laveau on all social media platforms, as well as you can also find me on Beyond the Bell podcast on Wednesdays at 6 p.m.
And of course, you can find me at Bonnerfide on all of the social platforms. Make sure you're following this podcast at The Faction Show on good old Instagram. Got some fun things happening over there. Shout out to everybody who joined us today in the chat. Lots of you guys rocking with us. We went into overtime, but I hope you guys don't mind that. It's a big night. So yeah, we had to get into it. I love
Grande
these kinds of discussions, and I am highly appreciative to all that is happening with us. All right, guys, we'll be back here next week for another fun conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is The Faction.
Stop. Nah, wait a minute.